On Saturday, at the conclusion of the game, Arizona State running back Bo Skagbo walked off the field to play. An assistant coach said something to him, and then he immediately turns and runs back into the field to play. Is there a concern that these cheap shots are going to start getting out of hand?
I don't know if your analysis of that is correct.
Okay.
I don't know that because I hadn't seen it. I can't say the assistant coach told him to go back and do something crazy. I'm not going to go that far. All I know is Coach Dillingham and I spoke as early as Sunday, and we good. We're good. Mood point, we're good.
When I saw this video, I couldn't believe what I saw, and I couldn't believe the fact that I haven't heard about it or heard about a possible suspension for this young man. But then I started watching it a few more times, and I started realizing, well, maybe he thought the play was still going on because the Buff player picks the ball up and starts running on the football field. So I try to give the Arizona State player the benefit of the doubt. Although, if you look all around, everybody's very clear that the game is over. The ball was down. I'm pretty sure there was a whistle blown. There had to have been if everybody else stops playing. But he, for some reason, that running back decided to go and just level him. But when this reporter asked this question, I had to go back and watch. I go, well, wait a minute. Did the coach say something? And if you look closely, there's definitely some kind of back and forth between the two of them. The running back then turns and levels the young man. The coach doesn't have a response. And if you're watching that, you're thinking, what are you doing? You're an idiot, right? But he's okay with it. Now, we saw Coach Prime's response. I feel like Coach Prime has really handled himself with any type of backlash or negative comment, all kind of the same. Like, look, that's just kind of how it is. They're coming after us. It is what it is. If you don't like it, stop it. Not saying that exactly, but just saying it without saying it. But this, in my opinion, is a just complete disgust football. And I hate what we're seeing here. Look, you may not like what Coach Prime and the Buffs are doing, and you may not like the energy that they're putting onto the football field. If you don't like it, stop it. If you don't want Sanders out here flexing his watch, stop him. When they're losing, they don't do it. Right? But you can't stop him right now. So you're going to get a little bit of pizzazz. You're going to get the Sanders juice. That's just how it is. So deal with it. But I would like to see something come of this and maybe a little bit of investigation of like, look, we just can't allow these kids running through people, just wrecking cats for no reason. I mean, he could have been severely injured, not paying attention, just kind of playing around and just gets leveled when the game is over with. I mean, at this point, like, at what point do we go from just a hard hit football and a personal foul to like, hey, this is a legal event, right? It's just anytime. It's the same thing as a fan rushing onto the field and a player clocking one of those guys. Now you're in an illegal suit. It's no longer just a fan run onto a football field in the middle of a game. Things change once the game's over with. Again, I'm not trying to get this kid in trouble, but look, the reporter kind of has a point. It's like, look, we're starting to see a lot of cheap shots. That Colorado State shot was a little questionable, right? We all can agree on that. It was a bang-bang play, but it did feel a little dirty. It has some underlining tone to it, right? As you could probably feel that it's coming to that. And again, I don't know where it is coming from. You can be frustrated, again, with the fact, but no need to take it on these kids. They're just playing football, right? So I haven't heard much or seen anything else of this. At the same time this was happening, this was in correlation to Shedeur Sanders running to the student section, mind you, who was running F. Shedeur Sanders and overrated, doing the wrist flex watch, which everybody happened to know about and decided to drag Shedeur Sanders for flexing his watch. Meanwhile, in the same exact field, just, 10 yards to his right, you have a young man getting blasted by a disgruntled Arizona State football player, and nobody wants to say anything. But this young man who was just responding to people who were just yelling F you and calling you overrated, and you get the W and you just go, it is what it is. Look, I don't think it's going to get any spicier as the season goes on, but man, it's something to keep an eye on. And good kudos to that reporter for kind of calling out on that and asking Coach Prime. He said they talked about it. What was the discussion? I don't know. Like, hey, got a little heated. My bad on my guys. I'll handle it internally. And maybe that's what he meant. He understood what happened. He apologizes from it. Let's move on. It's kids being kids, I guess. I don't know. Dirty shot, to say the least. We'll continue to kind of follow this and see if anything else happens. I'm sure we'll have some more, spicy things that happen throughout the season. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.